The starship Elysium drifted silently through the void, its hull glinting faintly under the light of a distant sun. Inside, the air was thick with tension. Princess Zynara of the Veylian Empire stood in the center of the ship's observation deck, her luminescent violet eyes fixed on the human before her. Her silver hair cascaded down her back, shimmering like starlight, and her iridescent skin seemed to pulse with an otherworldly glow. She was a vision of alien beauty, but her expression was one of confusion, anger, and something deeper, something akin to fear. "Why me, human?" she demanded, her voice echoing with a melodic resonance that seemed to vibrate through the very air. "Why did you choose me for this madness?" Captain Elias Kane, a rugged man in his late 30s with a scar running down his left cheek, met her gaze without flinching. His dark eyes were weary but resolute, and his hands, calloused from years of piloting ships through treacherous space lanes, were clenched into fists at his sides. He wore the standard-issue uniform of the United Earth Fleet, though it was frayed and stained from years of use. "You know why," he said simply, his voice low and gravelly. "You're the key to ending this war." Zynara's eyes narrowed. "And what makes you think I would ever help you? Your kind has done nothing but destroy and conquer. You've ravaged my people's worlds, slaughtered innocents, and now you expect me to betray my own kind." Elias took a step closer, his boots clicking against the metal floor. "This war isn't just about humans and Veylians, Princess. It's about survival. The Kral'thar are coming, and if we don't unite, they'll wipe us both out. You've seen the data. You know what they're capable of." Zynara's lips tightened into a thin line. She had seen the data. The Kral'thar, a merciless species of biomechanical horrors, had already consumed dozens of star systems. They left nothing but ash and silence in their wake. The Veylian Empire had dismissed the threat, believing their advanced technology would protect them. But Elias had shown her evidence that even the Veylians would fall if the Kral'thar reached their core worlds. "And what makes you think I can stop them?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. "I'm just one person." "You're not just one person," Elias said, his tone softening. "You're the heir to the Veylian throne. Your people will listen to you. If you call for an alliance, they'll follow. And together we might stand a chance." Zynara turned away, her gaze drifting to the observation window. Outside, the stars burned cold and distant, indifferent to the struggles of the beings who lived among them. She felt the weight of her responsibility pressing down on her, a burden she had never asked for but could not escape. "And if I refuse?" she asked quietly. Elias hesitated, his jaw tightening. "Then we're all doomed. The Kral'thar won't stop until there's nothing left. Not humans, not Veylians, not anyone." Silence stretched between them, heavy and suffocating. Zynara closed her eyes, her mind racing. She thought of her people, of the lush, crystalline cities of her homeworld, of the songs her mother used to sing to her as a child. She thought of the humans, with their crude technology and relentless ambition, and the countless lives that had been lost on both sides of the war. And she thought of the Kral'thar, an enemy so vast and terrible that it made the conflict between humans and Veylians seem petty by comparison. Finally, she turned back to Elias, her eyes blazing with determination. "If I do this," she said, "if I call for an alliance, you must promise me one thing." "Name it," Elias said without hesitation. "When this is over," Zynara said, "you will ensure that my people are free. No more war, no more conquest. We will coexist, or we will part ways in peace. Do you swear it?" Elias met her gaze, his expression solemn. "I swear it." Zynara nodded, her decision made. "Then let us end this." The journey to the Veylian core worlds was fraught with danger. The Elysium was pursued by Kral'thar scouts, their sleek black ships closing in like predators stalking prey. Elias and his crew fought valiantly, their ships' weapons blazing as they dodged through asteroid fields and nebulae. Zynara, though unused to the chaos of battle, proved to be a quick learner, assisting the crew with her knowledge of Veylian technology and tactics. As they neared the Veylian homeworld, Zynara reached out to her people through a secure channel. Her message was simple but powerful. The Kral'thar were coming, and the only hope for survival was an alliance with the humans. First, there was resistance. Many Veylians saw the humans as little better than the Kral'thar, and the idea of working with them was unthinkable. But Zynara's words carried the weight of her royal blood, and slowly, grudgingly, the Veylian leaders agreed to a temporary truce. The alliance was fragile, held together by little more than desperation and Zynara's unwavering resolve. Human and Veylian forces fought side by side against the Kral'thar, their combined strength barely enough to hold the line. The battles were brutal and costly, with entire fleets reduced to debris in the blink of an eye. But through it all, Zynara and Elias stood together, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. The final battle took place in the heart of the Veylian Empire, above the shimmering capital city of Veylara. The Kral'thar armada descended like a swarm of locusts, their ships blotting out the stars. The human Veylian fleet met them head-on, their weapons blazing as they fought to protect the planet below. Elias piloted the Elysium through the chaos, his hands moving deftly over the controls as he dodged enemy fire. Zynara stood beside him, her eyes fixed on the viewscreen as she coordinated the fleet's movements. Despite the odds, they were holding their own, but it wasn't enough. The Kral'thar were too numerous, too powerful. "We need to take out their command ship," Elias said, his voice tight with urgency. "If we can destroy it, the rest of their fleet might fall into disarray." Zynara nodded, her mind racing. "Their command ship is heavily shielded. We'll need to get close, dangerously close." Elias glanced at her, a grim smile tugging at his lips. "Then let's make it count." The Elysium streaked through the battlefield, weaving between enemy ships as it made its way toward the Kral'thar command vessel. The ship's hull groaned under the strain, and alarms blared as the shields began to fail. But Elias didn't falter. He pushed the ship to its limits, his focus unwavering. As they neared the command ship, Zynara activated a device she had been working on in secret, a weapon capable of disrupting the Kral'thar's biomechanical systems. It was untested, and the risk was enormous, but it was their only hope. "Ready?" Elias asked, his eyes meeting hers. Zynara took a deep breath, her heart pounding in her chest. "Ready."